Alright, welcome to the video. In this video, I'll be talking about one of the three types of interview questions, which can be divided into the introduction questions, which are designed to get to know the candidate's personality, the skill-based, or also referred to as the competency questions, and this is, as the name suggests, designed to evaluate the candidate's soft and hard skills as well as the knowledge and competencies they have. And lastly, the behavioral or situational questions. I do have videos on all three, and you can go check them out on my YouTube channel for completely free. And in this video, I'll be focusing on the behavioral or the situational questions, the rationale or the purpose behind why companies ask these questions, and lastly, we'll take a look at some popular examples of these questions. I'm Professor Job Offer, and I've spent the last 10 years with a number of Forbes Global 2000 companies, and I've also been an interviewer for some of these companies as well. And I'm here to share with you my tips and tricks on how to land your next job offer. So let's start. So behavioral questions. Well, these are designed to understand your behavior in a given situation. Hence, they're called the behavior or sometimes the situational questions. And we're concerned about your past behavior in terms of how you reacted and how you portrayed yourself in a given situation, as well as your future or the hypothetical behavior in terms of what would you do in a given scenario. So let's take a look at some examples. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond the call of duty. Okay, this is asking about your past behavior. What would you do if you had a different opinion from your manager? So something, they're wondering, what would you do? What if in the future, in a hypothetical situation? And lastly, describe a stressful situation at work and how you handled it. Also asking about your your past behavior. And what is the rationale or the purpose behind these questions? Why do they ask these questions? Well, first and foremost is to see if you are fit for the job in terms of your personality and in terms of your behavior. And more importantly, this is actually matched and aligned with the company's values and culture. Does your personality and your behavior in a situation align with how the company would like their employees to handle those situations? And does it align with their values and culture? Is it going to cause any conflicts? Is it going to be the way the company wants you to act? Next, they can also predict the future in terms of how you will be handling your conflicts or relationships with the coworkers and how you'll be handling responsibilities by asking these questions and what would you do if, and getting an understanding of that. And lastly, they ask these questions for reporting. What this means is it is the interviewer's job to ask you these questions because somebody who is above them, their manager or the company, decided that, oh, if you're interviewing for candidates, you have to ask these questions. So what you have to always remember when you're asking these questions is to make the interviewer's job easier, right? Because we always want our job to be easier. And you might be wondering, how do I make the interviewer's job easier through my answers? Well, there is a technique that is widely used called the STAR technique, and there's a video on what that is and why, as well as how to use them, so you can go and take a look. And some more examples of behavioral questions. Describe a time you didn't meet your goals, so asking about your past behavior. What would you do if you're unable to meet the deadline? So getting an idea of how the candidate will act if they were to join the company in this scenario. And how do you handle stress? A very popular question. Describe a time you had to fire someone if you are interviewing for a leadership position. There are many other resources available on YouTube, as mentioned about the STAR technique. So there are two different videos on it, when to use it and how to use it with different examples. And if you're wondering how to even begin your resume, I show you a full video, a 20-minute video on how I go from a complete blank page to this in 20 minutes. And one of the first hurdles of applying to jobs is the applicant tracking system, also referred to as the ATS, and some HR secrets I'll be sharing with you on how this works. So today we took a look we examined the behavioral interview questions, the rationale, and the purpose behind why companies ask these questions, emphasizing that it is actually the interviewer's job and you need to really focus on making their job easier. And lastly, some examples. I'm Professor Job Offer, and I'm here to help you land your next job offer. Thanks for watching.